The topic is what's going on in the news lately. Well, most recently, I should say, not lately, but most recently, the death of
Ma'khia Bryant.
There's been a lot of different views and comments on what happened and what could have been done and what did happen. Like most of you guys, everybody was not excited, but happy to see that some form of justice was being done for George Floyd. As far as the verdict coming out, then right after the verdict came out, this news came out that a 15-year-old girl was shot by a police officer. And initially, we hear that and we automatically assume some racist stuff is going on. So,
well, we're not saying it's not racially motivated. We're saying
yeah,
it could not be as well.
Yeah.
So just to clear it up.
Yeah.
Happen to write down some facts so we can go down the list together and tell you guys how we feel, and the people that have opposing side, if y'all can just listen and see if y'all change your mind. So, in the story of Ma'khia Bryant and the situation, we're only speaking from what we see in the video, and that is from the police cam as he's walking outside of the police car. That's it. Nothing before, nothing like after, like just that moment.
Yeah.
So I don't want nobody in the comments talking about, oh, this happened before, her mom called the police. I don't care about none of that. The facts that we see in the video.
From the body cam.
Adults were present. Dad, mom, aunties, probably there's an adult present, either one or a few. Dad was fighting. Dad, the moment we can't, I guess, reference a video because there's a lot of them, he kicked the girl in the head as she's on the floor.
Yeah. Right in front of the police.
Okay. Somebody called the police. That's a fact. Because they were there before the fight started. Ma'khia Bryant has a knife and is the aggressor as the fight starts. And let's give y'all a timing if y'all haven't seen the full video or, haven't stepped outside your emotions to see the full video. The police is there before the fight starts again. And Ma'khia has a knife. I don't see her pulling nothing out because it's a big knife. But anyways, goes to the girl, like, just this is happening while the police is there. Not during, like, not he didn't hop out and like, yo, what y'all doing? Like, y'all already in the mix.
Literally, as he's walking up.
As he's walking up, they started like seconds after he said he's trying to talk to somebody. Because the girl in the pink walks over to him to speak. They have a little chat before the fight starts.
Not even get to have a full chat. Just like maybe 2 words, and then next thing you know, she charges the other girl with a knife. They tumble down. I guess the police are maybe like try to separate them, and that's when the other girl tried to get up. And
the police says, hey, trying to push her off.
And then that's when the guy tries to, I don't know if he's a dad or uncle, but whoever he is shouldn't have been kicking anybody, let alone a female. And so as the girl's getting up, is it Ma'khia? Is that her name? She's charging the girl in the pink as she's leaned up against the car, and you can see clear as day. You see the knife, and
her thrusting to get her good. Yeah, because that could have went left. Yeah, well, it went left, but for her, it could have went left. Yeah. The point I made while he was talking, police tried to de-escalate the situation. You hear him in the video as Ma'khia goes after the first girl, hey, and tries to push her off, but he didn't fall. Ma'khia falls, the girl's on the floor, and Ma'khia gets back up as he's trying to follow her. It looks like he's chasing after her a little bit, like, but he probably saw the knife and was like, I'm gonna keep my distance, but I'm gonna go after her. Anyways, teenager was facing the police. When the police get out of the police car, he's walking up. You see Ma'khia. Okay, you see Ma'khia standing. Okay, so let's say you're Ma'khia. I'm the person you're going after. The police is this way, walking towards her. If you didn't see the police car, you most definitely seen a police officer. And at that point, you don't care.
And I felt like if she didn't, that guy definitely seen it, or somebody else that was out there seeing the cops. So why wait until you see the cop walking up to even attack?
Right. And just to give, I mean, I guess give some room. If you didn't see the police officer then, you definitely seen him as he was trying to get you off the first girl, saying, "Hey, hey." I for sure blacked out a couple of times and been fixated on one person. That's happened. But if somebody's trying to get you off, you hear it or you see it. It ain't no way you deaf and blind. So we stated that fight started out when the cop walked up, and then Ma'khia was in the moment of stabbing of the girl. So all this. These are facts of the video.
Yeah.
However, it does not justify the death of a teenager, a black person in general. But how we feel, he de-escalated it. He tried his best. He walked into a heated situation that started after he was already there. And so he tried.
Yeah, I just don't see what he could have. I mean, of course, you could say
The taser.
The taser. You could say pepper spray. You could say 4 shots was overkill. It just, the situation is messed up all the way around.
Right.
Because if he doesn't do anything and she does stab the girl in the pink, that girl dies. Michaela maybe gets shots then also. So now we got 2 dead females. And then why are we gonna be upset that he didn't stop her from stabbing the other girl? Or like, it's just so many factors and it happened so fast. And we're definitely not on the side of the police, like making excuses for him. But
At all.
that's a tough situation to be in, and that's a quick call to make. But it's like, you call the police to protect. She called the police, and then had a knife. It's like, once the cops got there, you had already called them. You got a knife. Put that weapon down. They killed so many of us without weapons. So why give them another reason? And not saying that she deserved it, nothing like that, because she definitely didn't. And rest in peace to her, and prayers to her family, prayers to the other girls' families also. And it's just a tough situation to be in and to have to talk about. And of course, Facebook and Instagram, people going back and forth about it. It's just a sad situation.
Right. So he very well could have used his taser, but
that's considered.
Police, they don't use their tasers at this point.
Especially if they having that knife was like, that gave him the green light to use deadly force, because she has a weapon. That's a deadly weapon. You can get your throat slit. So
yeah. That's all I was thinking about just now. Like, you're deemed after that. You're deemed as a killer, or however they look at it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the terms in police, vocabulary, but I'm sure they're taught. Hey, they got a weapon. They've been using it. It's over.
Yeah.
You have the right to do whatever you please.
Yeah. Meet deadly force with deadly force, basically.
I wanted to compare this story to some others because I don't choose the right words, because it's a very sad situation, but I want people to take their emotions out of it, to look at the facts and compare it to other situations, because granted, like we said, he could have used a taser, but he didn't, and they're saying it's racially motivated. Like we said earlier, it could have been, but it also could have not been. And so the situations that have been racially motivated, I was writing, they all have in common for the most part is they've been targeted because of course their skin, and accused of doing some harm or wrong when they really was doing nothing. Mm-hmm. So in comparison to George Floyd, was accused of using fake money, and it escalated to his death because of his skin color, probably his height and body, all that type of stuff that fit into that. The story of Breonna Taylor, she was asleep, and I'm sure that neighborhood, they assumed is more black people, so they didn't care how they came in and handles that situation, because as far as the story go, they didn't knock and say who's who. Anyways, they were doing nothing. That's racially motivated. Philando, I'm not gonna ruin this name, Philando Castiel, pulled over. We've all, if you're black, you've been pulled over for nothing, tail light, something. So pulled over and dies, or gets shot, of course. But
In front
was
of his
doing
girlfriend and his daughter.
right, doing nothing.
Sandra Bland. Same thing. Pulled over for nothing. Didn't like the way she talked and got arrested and mysteriously died in jail. Like, these are racially motivated situations where people lost their lives, and it's sad and it's sick and it's cold.
Right. So what I'm saying is, it could, again, to compare to Ma'khia, she was actually trying to kill and harm people. That's it. Like,
Yeah, whether it was out of fear or not, it's like you can't make that assumption of I don't know, we don't know, like what she was thinking or what happened beforehand. Or this is all based off of the body cam video, so that's where we're coming from, because we definitely weren't there.
Want to bring up LeBron's reaction, and I'd be really thankful that celebrities be using their platform to speak how they really feel. So kudos to him, but also I don't want, like, that could, his post about the police officer and he's next, that could have went somewhere else.
Yeah, because he's saying when he's saying that you're next, is he's saying like you're next to be held accountable for your actions. But
right, but
of course, other people flip it around and like, oh, you're next, like you kill her, we're gonna kill you, kind of thing, and
right,
they're gonna use that for an example. So that's why I think that's exactly why he deleted it and then reworded it into 2 different tweets of what he meant. And
he also added that he did his research about the story, so
yeah,
I think he did learn more about what actually happened, and he's at where we're at. I'm not talking for him, but that's what I'm assuming in that last post was like, okay, I learned more stuff about it. I'm still sad about her losing her life. We are sad.
Yeah.
She lost her life. But however, she was an aggressor in trying to kill people. Watch Candace Owens. She is a very interesting young black lady.
She's a lady. I don't know about.
I don't know if she's young either, but she looks young to me.
She's like a white woman in blackface.
She talks about LeBron a lot and how he should be taken off of his
all his endorsements and loses endorsements and his deals. He should be basically kicked out of the NBA, and he won't be because he's the face of the NBA. And instead of making the point she comes to make, she belittles a lot of people. George Floyd and all these other things, how she can't relate to criminals because she's not a criminal, and it don't matter if you're black, white, or Asian. If you're a criminal, you're a criminal, and you deserve what you get. And she's like, it got to be clickbait. It got to be like, it's a deeper story with her. Like, I don't know what it is.
I would love, not love, I wouldn't pay for it, but if somebody told her story, let me know. Tag me in it, because I need to know where she came from. If she come from, whatever.
Yeah, I don't even care. She is like, that's crazy to hate. It's like self-hate. Like, watching her videos, the passion she speaks about black people is like such hate. Like, it's almost, I can't think of that white lady name who be talking all that crazy shit stuff.
The reporter?
Yeah, the reporter lady from CNN. She talks like really, like after the George Floyd cop verdict came out, she was like, oh, are we still going to riot? And like, just they love the whole Trump campaign. She was just like on it the whole time. So it's just a lot of politics and stuff. But yeah, Candace Owens, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a character.
Bringing up fentanyl and opioids. I can't relate. Like, you can't relate.
Like, you never had back pain? Like,
yeah, you never
my back hurt right now.
Wisdom teeth taken out. Yeah. You had to take some medicine. You've never been to the hospital. You've never been to the emergency room. Fentanyl and opioid is, I'm not saying that everybody's have taken it. Like, there's some people that haven't, but it's common. A lot of people have.
If you took a Vicodin before, you took an opioid.
And then just picked up his crime history as if his crime history was going to lead to him dying anyway, or going back to jail.
He been to jail 9 times, and I can't relate. Like, I can't relate either. But guess what? Just because I'm black and he black, don't mean that you have to relate automatically. He's a human being. He didn't deserve fake money. Was it fake money? Fake money or whatever he did for the cops to even be called. Didn't deserve him to be called for him to be killed. That's why the verdict was guilty. Like,
and on that, we are, I wouldn't say happy. It's just him being convicted is definitely a good thing for us, but I'm not sure if I got happy about it because I was like, we got to make sure you serve your time.
Yeah, that's what we were texting immediately about it, and you even said it, and I spoke too soon because you was like, oh, that means no bail, right? And I assume that does mean no bail, but I guess he tried to get bail and they denied it. Yeah. And that's crazy. Like, he wanted to get bail up until his sentence. Like, he still want to be free up until they sentence him. And then we seen it before we're from the Bay Area, so with Oscar Grant. Yeah, they found the guy guilty of manslaughter, and then he got sentenced to 2 years, and he was already in jail for 2 years. So guess what? He got out. Time served. He's out. So he's out right now. So, like, don't get too excited about the guilty verdict because it's still a game for them to play. And
yeah, but if he get like, I feel like 11 is good. 11 years is good. I wish he could take more, but
it's a lot.
However, moving on. Yeah. What I have, my last thing I want to add. I didn't know this video was gonna be this long. The last thing I do want to add is, if you are not Black, please be considerate of Black people's feelings currently and the next couple months, because we are not only are we going through our own stuff daily because of how we look, but we are also taking on other stuff as all these deaths is weighing on all of us, and the verdicts are and accountability and justice not being served. It is weighing. So please, if you want to talk to a Black person about what's going on today about Black people, ask first. Hey, how do you feel about talking about this? Is it okay? Can we converse? Don't just ask. Don't just not ask. Yeah. Don't just throw it out there and tell people how you feel.
And if they say no, then hey, let's talk about some sports. Let's talk about something else. How's your day? Because like she said,
at the end of the day, y'all don't understand.
Yeah, seeing this all day, every day, like, we have to take breaks from social media all the time. Like, put the phone down, cut the phone off, just watch somebody that could easily be me, easily be her, pulled over for random reason, whatever reason. None of those reasons justify being killed, but that's a everyday thing for us.
Fair. And I was like, dang. I was comparing it to what I could compare it to. I was like, how Caucasian women walk, like they pull their purse, tighter when they see it.
Happened to me today at work.
Okay. We'll talk about that later. But how they clench their purse, like we're clenching our being every day. We gotta walk out the house. Mm-hmm. This is how we feel throughout the whole day, every day. We're clenching, we're anxiety, we're hiding, we're trying to make sure we good. When police ride by, it's just it's an ongoing thing for us.
Then when we get home and take a deep breath of,
made it.
We made it.
All right.
So it's supposed to be a quick video, but we got 19 minutes in.
All right, guys.
Again,
I don't know what to say.
Rest in peace to the victims of all the victims. All the victims. Prayers for all the families involved in this most recent one. And we're not blaming her. It's not saying she deserved it at all.
Well, if we could place blame, I'm going to place the blame on that dude that was kicking the girl.
On the adults.
Period.
On the adults should have been able to
he should go to jail.
De-escalate it. If I'm not mistaken, if you're a part of some crime going on and somebody dies, you're supposed to be held accountable for that, but that's a whole nother story.
All right, guys.
Yeah, unfortunately, we do another video of something more uplifting.
Yep. Stay safe.